Hello, my name is Burke Walton.
And I'm Travis Leland.
And we are here in the Founders Room at the Geffen Playhouse, where Nightmare Alley, the world premiere West Coast musical, is taking place.
The musical is written by Jonathan Brielle and directed by Gilbert Cates. A little bit about the musical. The show takes place in the Dust Bowl in the 1930s, and this wanderer named Stan comes through to this carnival, and he decides, hey, this is a nice looking place. I think I want to hitch up with these people and see what's going on with this group of people here.
It has been fantastic to work with Larry. I think one of the main things about working with him that's great is that he'll tell us stories about, when he was at TFT back in the day, and we'll be like, oh, that's so cool, we know this professor, and some things are different, and we share the differences and share the similarities, and it's really good to learn from him.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's kind of ironic that we both are involved in this show the same way that Larry got his first professional start, because Professor Gary Gardner sent us on this audition when he heard they were looking for two guys, and we got picked up in this project, and Larry Cedar, Gary Gardner sent Larry out on his first professional audition here 30 years ago, and he got it. So this was his first professional job at a show at the Geffen. So. He mainly directs and produces for film, right? So when we're staging something and when he's working something, he'll go over it so many times and meticulously just to get everything right, and we'll run it 15 times, after that. And that's the kind of, specificity and just just detail that theater, that stage should definitely have. So that's one great thing I've learned from watching it.
I think it's very interesting to work with people like James Barber, Mary Gordon Murray, Michael McCarty, because we're students, we come into this and we're like, wow, we get a chance to work with these people, and it's very comforting to find out that they're just like us. They were in our spot at one point, and I think one thing that's great about Nightmare Alley is that there are three characters in the show that play multiple roles. And so for us, watching the rehearsal process, we were able to look at them in this one role and see how they completely changed and into the next role that they played, which is fantastic, fantastic work. Working with, again, it's just James is absolutely incredible as a person, as a performer, as anything. I feel like he's really become sort of a mentor to me and to Burke, I'm sure too. And all the stories and just the great life lessons we've learned from him and Michael, and because we share a dressing room with Michael McCarty, Larry Cedar, and James Barber, and just the banter they have back and forth is just priceless, And between the three of them, they know every single person in show business, and it's incredible. We are so lucky to be just in these men's lives, and to have them in ours, and to be able to call them friends, really. When you're working on a project like this, especially a new musical, something that's never been done before, you have to really take risks, and you have to get up and do things. And one thing I learned in Professor Hackett's class first quarter was there's no good standing around talking about things. You have to get up on your feet and do them. You can talk about it all you want, and that's really the academic side of being in a college, being in a college environment like UCLA. But the great thing about TFT is it combines both those things. You can sit around and talk about it for a while, but you have to get up and try it. And you have to be open to new things and flexible and ready to just, spring at an instant to go fix something. Like, we've already had a couple of times on stage where some of the tech has gone wrong. And the curtains haven't opened all the way or something. And we've had to fix something or fumble it or pull it back for one another. And there's a lot of automation in this. And sometimes that messes up. So we have to be ready to fix it. And just being quick on your feet and being able to adjust to things going wrong. That's definitely something I picked up from being at UCLA. Another thing from UCLA that goes coherently with the Geffen is that we, as Roustabouts, are not only performing in the show, but we're doing some of the behind-the-scenes scene changes and stuff. And so the labs that we've had to do, the scene lab, the lighting labs, all of this stuff, you know, they say, hey, you need to, you know, and they'll throw out some ridiculous term that maybe you wouldn't know, but because of these classes we've taken at UCLA, you know, we've been able to say, oh, hey, yep, I'm on it, we got it. Yeah. And so that's sped everything up. It's really meshed us well into the professional world a little bit.
And it really helps us appreciate everything too. Once we first got into the theater, the set was just crazy. It was just like, you know, it was like, what is this thing going here? And then there's a wire, and you got a cable, and there's a curtain coming, you know, and then they add the lighting, and it's just everything really comes together, and it makes us appreciate it even more, having that experience in, you know, different kind of labs and stuff like that. So it's our first equity show. It's kind of a big deal.